Grab your popcorn, because this story feels less like sports news and more like a high-stakes drama. In the opening weeks of 2026, one NFL wide receiver watched his world collapse in real time. Within a single month, he lost his team, saw his relationship fall apart, and even ended up facing a felony charge while the internet watched every chaotic second. That receiver is Stefon Diggs, and his life today looks nothing like it did a year ago. We're breaking down the journey that made him one of the most feared receivers of his era. The brutal contract situation that pushed New England to release him despite a 1,000-yard comeback season. The headline-grabbing romance with Cardi B that had fans joking about wedding bells. And the sudden breakup that arrived just before the biggest game of his career. No detail gets skipped. Hit that like button now. If you click this video, you already know you want every piece of the chaos. So do it before we dive deeper. Stefon Diggs grew up in Montgomery County, Maryland. Atr Lady of Good Counsel High School, he dominated both football and track, but life forced him to grow up fast. At just 14 years old, his father Aaron Diggs passed away, and suddenly the teenager became the steady figure his younger brothers relied on. One of those brothers later became NFL star Trevon Diggs, showing that talent and resilience run deep in the family. After high school, Stefon Diggs entered the 2015 NFL Draft and was selected by the Minnesota Vikings with the 146th overall pick in the 5th round, a slot most teams barely remember. 5th-round picks are usually depth pieces who quietly fade away. Stefon Diggs had different plans. Year by year, he turned himself into one of football's most dangerous receivers, building a reputation that spread through the league before highlight reels fully caught up. Then January 14, 2018 arrived. NFC Divisional Playoff. Vikings versus the Saints. The Saints led by 1 point with only 10 seconds left. The Vikings were on their own 39-yard line with no timeouts and almost no hope. Quarterback Case Keenum launched a desperate pass towards Stefon Diggs. The ball arrived, Saints safety Marcus Williams missed the tackle completely, and suddenly Stefon Diggs was racing down the sideline. 61 yards later, he crossed the goal line as time expired, sealing what the world now calls the Minneapolis Miracle. One of the most unforgettable endings in playoff history. Stefon Diggs had already proven he could deliver under pressure, but that moment turned him into a legend overnight. And as incredible as that miracle was, it was only the beginning of the drama. By 2019, Stefon Diggs was clearly frustrated in Minnesota, and his sideline body language said everything. The tension finally exploded in March 2020 when the Vikings traded him to the Buffalo Bills. Doubters questioned it briefly before realizing Buffalo had struck gold. In 2020, Stefon Diggs led the NFL with 127 catches and 1,535 yards, earning first-team All-Pro in year one. Over the following seasons, he stacked 6 straight 1,000-yard years and 4 straight 100-catch seasons, numbers that placed him among the best receivers of the era. Buffalo's offense became must-watch football, and Stefon Diggs was the reason defenses panicked weekly. On April 6, 2022, the Bills rewarded him with a 4-year, $96 million extension through 2027, pushing his career earnings past $155 million. The player many expected to fade after a season built a mini-empire instead. And yes, hit subscribe. If you've been watching quietly, consider this your reminder. Cardi B didn't ignore Stefon Diggs, and we're not ignoring you either. Subscribe. Fast forward to 2023 and Buffalo's story began showing cracks. Rumors of tension grew, sideline reactions fueled speculation, and Stefon Diggs and the Bills slowly drifted apart. By spring 2024, the team traded him to the Houston Texans, landing him on one of the league's most exciting young rosters. At first, Stefon Diggs delivered exactly what Houston expected. Through Week 8, he had 47 receptions, 496 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Then the Colts game changed everything. No huge hit, no collision, just one wrong step. Torn ACL. At 31, the injury turned a superstar into a risky question mark overnight. Teams suddenly saw uncertainty where they once saw dominance. Stefon Diggs knew what that meant. Prove everyone wrong again. On March 28, 2025, he signed a 3-year, $63.5 million deal with the New England Patriots. Rebuilding under coach Mike Vrabel after the Bill Belichick era, New England needed a veteran star. Coming off ACL surgery, Stefon Diggs delivered again, leading the Patriots with 85 catches, 1,300 yards, and 4 touchdowns while crossing the 1,000-yard mark once more. The Patriots finished 14-3 and powered their way to Super Bowl 60. From torn ACL in 2024 to a Super Bowl run in 2025, Stefon Diggs had written one of the league's best comeback stories. The Super Bowl itself was quieter. Stefon Diggs finished with 3 catches for 37 yards as the Patriots lost. Across the playoffs, he recorded 14 receptions for 110 yards and 1 touchdown. Solid, but quieter than expected for a player of his caliber. Hit that like button right now because the story is only halfway done, and the drama is about to explode. Then football collided with celebrity chaos. Stefon Diggs and Cardi B made their first public appearance together in May 2025, and by the next month Cardi B confirmed the relationship. The internet instantly went wild. A Grammy-winning superstar dating an NFL receiver fresh off ACL surgery had everyone talking. During the 2025 season, Cardi B appeared at games and fans followed every public moment. Then the headline dropped that turned curiosity into obsession. Cardi B was pregnant with Stefon Diggs' child. In November 2025, she gave birth to their son. Heading toward the Super Bowl, the story felt almost unreal. Cardi B, she was performing at Bad Bunny's halftime show while her boyfriend prepared for the game. Historic energy everywhere. On February 2nd, a reporter asked Stefon Diggs about an engagement ring. His answer, "It's on the agenda. First I need my ring," meaning Super Bowl first, wedding later. Fans were already planning the wedding in comments. But the breakup timeline got messy. Sources say it happened days before the Super Bowl. Cardi B sent a quick good luck text, performed, then quietly left. Cameras caught the awkward energy, fans pieced it together, and the day after the Super Bowl, everyone confirmed it. Stefon Diggs and Cardi B had unfollowed each other on Instagram. US Weekly reported sources claimed Diggs had betrayed her repeatedly, and friends pushed her to walk away. Cardi B focused on her music and reclaiming her narrative. Then 50 Cent posted a side-by-side of them, chaos erupting instantly. Hit subscribe, your friends are probably yelling at you to do it too. Cardi B didn't make a formal statement. She went straight to her fans on the Little Miss Drama tour. On February 15th, she responded to BIA throwing shade at Diggs, snapping on stage, "Just because I'm not dealing with my baby daddy doesn't mean you get to talk about him." Messy, human, unforgettable. By February 27th in San Francisco, she declared, "It's called principle. You can't play with a girl like me," sending fans and social media into a frenzy. Meanwhile, Diggs had 2 other kids, Nova, 9, and Charlie, confirmed by paternity test last November. Heading into the Super Bowl, Cardi B juggled a newborn, a crumbling relationship, and a paternity bomb. On March 4th, the same day the Patriots reportedly called Diggs about his release. His mom, Stephanie Diggs, sat in Houston at Cardi B's concert next to DeAndre Hopkins' mom. Reality writing stranger than fiction. Then the serious stuff. On December 2nd, 2025, an incident allegedly occurred at Diggs' home involving a personal chef over unpaid wages. He allegedly slapped her and tried to choke her. On December 30th, he was charged with felony strangulation and misdemeanor assault. February 28th, 2026, Diggs pleaded not guilty and was released on personal recognizance. Pretrial hearing April 1st, attorney maintains innocence. A police report even mentioned texts from someone claiming to be Diggs' girlfriend downplaying the incident. Charges unresolved, but they hang over his career and life. After his 1,000-yard comeback, Super Bowl run, and off-field chaos, the Patriots released Stefon Diggs. His $63.5 million, 3-year 2025 deal was structured so 2026 became the reckoning. Base salary jumped from $2.90 million. His base salary jumped from $2.9 million to $20.6 million. Cap hit soared from $10.5 million to $26.5 million, cutting New England's flexibility. Plus, $6 million was about to fully guarantee in days. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reported March 4th that the Patriots cut Stefon Diggs early to give him a head start before the league year officially opened March 11th, freeing $16.8 million in cap space. Here's the sting. Coach Mike Vrabel publicly praised Diggs on February 25th, applauding his rehab and leadership. 8 days later, he was off the roster. Diggs posted immediately, "Thank you for a hell of a year. We family forever," then added, "Until we meet again, number 8, referencing his Patriots number. Then, in dramatic finality, he wiped every Patriots post, photo, and reference from Instagram. Anyone who's endured a painful ending knows exactly what that move screams. Like and subscribe. Seriously, if you've watched this far without clicking, what are you doing? At 32, turning 33 this November, Diggs enters free agency carrying more baggage than any wide receiver in this stacked class. Tyreek Hill, Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, all available without felony charges or nonstop media scrutiny. Analysts aren't sugarcoating it. Diggs isn't a first-wave target. He'll likely wait for the second wave of free agency. Rumored landing spots include the New York Giants with young QB Jackson Dart, the Tennessee Titans with Cam Ward, or even a return to Buffalo, though nothing is solid. Off the field, he's a father to multiple children, including a newborn with Cardi B, whose relationship is over. The April 1st pretrial hearing looms while his agent hustles, lawyers strategize, and the internet watches every move. Everything before 2026 read like a comeback story. Fifth-round pick turned All-Pro, frustrated Minnesota receiver turned career year in Buffalo, 31-year-old tears ACL, then leads a team to the Super Bowl. March 2026 is a different beast. Not one hit, but everything hitting at once. A public breakup under a social media microscope, felony charges, free agency uncertainty, release from the Patriots, and a culture turning his name into a punchline. Cardi B told her San Francisco crowd, "There are men out there praying for a girl like me." By all accounts, Diggs was one of them. His next chapter will be written in courtrooms, new team facilities, and in how he responds when everything that could go wrong already has. Redemption or chaos, nobody knows yet. This story isn't over. When the next bomb drops, you'll get the full breakdown here. Drop a comment. Will Stefon Diggs land on a rest season? Are you Team Cardi? New here? Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter. Like the video if you made it all the way through. We'll see you next time.